6. The aggro paladin kind of can run out of steam a little bit faster, and it's more of a linear strategy. Usually people don't see Dr. 6 coming, but interestingly, so we're going to go into this first game here, Ripperonis and Pilliwinks. Pilliwinks, again, starting off traditional, zoo, strong, solid deck. Ripperonis, though, playing Rogue.
I have not seen him play Rogue.
So Rogue, generally right now, the only Rogue deck that's really being played is like Miracle Rogue.
Yes.
And that's a hard deck to play. That's a very hard deck to play. It's probably as skill intensive as, say, like Patron Warrior. But it's a very tough deck to play. There's a lot of choices to make. You have to decide how you're going to use your burn, how you're going to use all your spells, and how, when it's appropriate to play Gadgets and Auctioneer. There's the draw, the Gadgets and Auctioneer. So there's a lot of choices to make with this deck. So Ripperonis is kind of set up right now, but
he has to wait until turn 6 in order for that stuff to pop. At least turn 6, and he needs to draw a Conceal so that his Gadgets and Auctioneer doesn't just die right out the gate. Though Pilliwinks has a fantastic, this is the iconic ideal zoo start. You just go like turn 1, 1 drop, turn 2, 2 1 drops, turn 3, 3 drop, and then you just flood the board with so many sticky, valuable, powerful minions for the early game that it just makes it really hard for your opponent to deal with. Fan and Knives, though, from Ripperonis, at least taking out the Divine Shield on the 1/1, but it's not clearing the board yet. And now he's also now has to deal with an Imp Gang boss, which Eviscerate, we know, is one of the most annoying minions to ever deal with in this game. It's an interesting choice to see what he's going to do here. He just decides to clear the taunt. He clears the
Prep
taunt.
Shiv.
And then, he did have
Prep
the
Eviscerate.
I didn't see the
I didn't see it either.
That is my apologies.
So Prep Eviscerate, killing off the Imp Gang boss. Still going to leave a 1/1 behind.
But he's at a point where a second Fan of Knives would set him up.
Until the second Imp Gang boss comes down.
Hi, you killed my Imp Gang boss? Here, have another Imp Gang boss. Say that 3 times fast.
Yeah, so here's the choice. So Pilliwinks had the option of going with another Flame Imp to... he's going to deal 3 more damage to himself, but he puts another 3/3 in play, but versus going a little bit harder on the actual face damage currently. Who opted for that, going hard on the face damage. It looks like, though, just decent clear on the Imp Gang boss. It's kind of rough right now, though. Ripperonis is down to 15 health. It's kind of not where you want to be this early in the game. Darkshire Councilman, though, coming down from Pilliwinks, that's a super strong card. That card, I misread that card a whole bunch because it has a lot more text than normal on a Hearthstone card.
The Darkshire Councilman?
Yeah, I think it has a decent amount of text. I'm sorry, I misread the text, is what I meant. I misread the text. And so I thought that card initially was not that great, and then I played with it, and then it's actually insane. The card is actually just insane.
Well, it's not even if you're playing with it, it's when you're playing against it, because
then you realize, oh my gosh, this card's nuts.
It's a 1/5. Okay, 5 health is a little difficult to take out at times, but going against a 1/5 that grows and can grow exponentially with the right combos, such as Imp Gang, such as Forbidden Ritual.
Good juggle there for Pilliwinks. He drew into the Knife Juggler and the taunt. So now he was able to he juggled into the 3/3 and he was able to get a good trade on the 3/3. So he was able to get a good amount of damage in. Shadow Strike, decently underrated card, and it's very good. So he was able to take out the Councilman. Unfortunately, a little too late. The damage that piled up from the aggro, a very, very, very aggressive start from Zoo, which just wasn't enough for the Miracle Rogue to deal with. He kind of drew a lot of the wrong cards. Miracle Rogue is kind of dropped a little bit in power because they lost Fan of Knives, sadly. But it's still a very, very, very powerful deck if piloted in the right way and if the draw is good.
And unfortunately,
that's half the game.
Yep, it just turned out in favor of the Warlock having the correct draws at the right time.
Oh yeah,
ending him before turn 6.
That opening from if I could have if I could play Zoo for the rest of my life and just have that as my opening hand every game, I would be a happy man.
So we're going up against a Shaman Mirror, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got double Shaman on board.
The
so
double Shaman.
to keep track of whose turn it is, there is a outline on the right-hand side of the screen, as well as the player names below the screens.
So, contrasting between the two decks, because they are actually very different. From what I can tell here, they're very different. Ripperonis is playing a Totem Shaman. Totem Shaman, more kind of like a mid-range, not even mid-range. It has mid-range cards in it. It has the Thunderbolt Valiant, which is insane value. If you don't deal with it on the first turn it comes out, it's going to overwhelm you very, very quickly.
You're going to cry.
It's got Azure Drakes. It has, it actually has removal spells like Hex and stuff like that. So it's a very powerful card, or a very, very potentially powerful deck. But that being said, it looks like Pilliwinks has a much better start again. He's got the super aggressive start. He has he has the super aggressive start. He has a backup of burn spells in his hand. He has Sir Finley Murgleton to change his hero power to go more aggressive if he needs to. And it's kind of unfortunate that Ripperonis drew into the wrong set of cards this early in the game. He is going to have to hex off He's probably going to have to hex off, the Flame Tongue Totem there just to reduce the power of what's coming at him. And then next turn he can go either Azure Drake or he can go Feral Spirit hero power just to stave off some damage.
Yeah, he's got his back to the wall at this point.
Basically, I mean, he hasn't lost that much life, but he definitely has his back to the wall. I think that this is a very strong board to be staring down right now, and without any chance at removal in his hand right now, he's kind of looking a little grim. But Pilliwinks did put down two 3s in the Feral Spirits, so that's gonna actually help protect the rest of his board. But it looks like Ripperoni is responding in likewise with the 3/3s of his own, or the 2/3s of his own. Full clear here. Yeah, full clear here. Probably.
A full clear would be good that way.
No, he's leaving the. Okay, so he's leaving the Totem Golem alive. It's not. He only gets one potential favorable trade, which is to trade into the 2/3, and that still is not that great. He's still staring down a sizable board. Totemic. Tuskar Totemic rolling good though on getting another Totem Golem in play. That's kind of rough. That's pretty rough. I think right here though I think Pilliwinks is going to trade and just play that 5/5. Oh, he's going for the face. I think he's got the damage. He's got lethal. Yeah, the rolling well on the hero power there for the Hunter hero power was definitely lucky for him. Sealing out the game really quickly. Turn 6, man.
Devastating.
That's a fast game. Yeah, I mean, so Pilliwinks has gotten really solid draws this round, like really good opening hands, and that just shows. And again, Ripperonis has gotten really bad opening hands. That's how powerful. That's how powerful. And some of these are like Miracle Rogue tournament class, like top tier tournament deck. Zoo also very good top tier deck for tournament. Usually it's a little bit less prevalent than say like Reno Lock or something like that, but it's still pretty top tier. Aggro Shaman also top tier. The Totem Shaman, but. That being said, like it just shows the power how mulliganing is super important and how your RNG can really screw you. Going in this next game though, Mage versus Warlock. This looks like Mallylock to me.
This might.
It may also be Reno Lock. It may also be Reno Lock, and it's more than likely though, considering that I know that Ripperonis really likes his Malagos. Really likes that Mallylock. That's very possible. It could be. It's going to be a really slow draw for the Ripperonis, and drawing the Antonidas there for Pilliwinks, not quite what he wanted.
Well, and we talked about this last time when we weren't quite sure with Antonidas if that was
if that was his closer.
If Yaxaron will exist.
Yeah.
I'm still excited.
Yeah. It's actually, this is kind of looking like Reno. This is actually very much looking like Reno. Reason I say that is because he is playing. Ripperonis is playing things like he's playing a Spellbreaker, he's playing Tauren, he's playing a Possessed Villager. So he's kind of like he's in the 1-ups spots. He has a lot of 1-ups currently, and you kind of have to spread yourself out. Ooh. Is that N'Zoth?
That would be N'Zoth the Corruptor. 10 mana for a 5/7. The battle cries to summon your death rattle minions that died this game.
So what is he playing that warrants? I mean, he could just be shoving the N'Zoth, the quote-unquote the N'Zoth package, which is basically it's a 3-card package of N'Zoth, Karen, and Sylvanas. Those two minions are so value minions. They're so good that just getting them back, even just getting one of them back with N'Zoth, you're doing really well for yourself. I don't know if he's going to be able to get to Sieg it, because he's taking a beating pretty quick here.
He's already down half
He's
health.
got choices, though. He has choices of playing the Twilight Drake, of healing, which I would probably take the healing. He doesn't know his opponent has an Arcane Blast in his hand, which is going to be able to deal with Mr. Refreshment Vendor pretty easily. But take the healing. Next turn, he's probably going to go like maybe Azure Drake, or maybe depending on what his opponent does, he'll go. So what, he's on 4? Ugh.
He's leaving the. No, he's not. He's going to be saving his cards
straight to the face.
Well, and Pilliwinks is completely almost out of cards. He blew all of his cards for that.
Yeah, and
that early game.
And the cards that he has in his hand, he can't cast yet. Like he's going to be able to cast one of them next turn, easy. Free trade though for the. For the Refreshment Vendor. Now, is he going to get just a really big Twilight Drake? I like that idea. I also like the Infested Tauren choice. Staving off a little bit of damage for the Refreshment Vendor is not bad.
And taking out the 3/2 if the trades go correctly. Depending on the Faceless Summoner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty average. The trade is going to go how Ripperonis does want it to go. He is going to be able to... Ooh, Jiraxxus. So I think probably the right play here is to go face. So here's what I would do. I'm just going to say what I would do. I would go face with the 3/4. I would Shadow Flame the 3/4 and then trade the 2/2. Which he might still do. He may very well still do because he does have enough mana to do it. 2/2 to the face because you can do that. 3/4 to the face because you can do that.
Or throw the 2/2 into the 5/5 and then Shadow Flame.
He's not going to attack. What is he doing? Oh my god, 3 damage missed. He's kind of under pressure. He's kind of sitting with his back to the wall, though, so I can see where the mistake was made. But he's gonna.
Well, and it's back to the wall for this section of the tournament. You know, both of these contestants have won all of their games.
Right, so it's kind of like.
But Ripperonis is 0-2.
So right now, on 7 mana, this is very interesting. So heal is needed for sure. And then you Spellbreaker. What do you Spellbreaker here? It looks like he's going to do...
Oh, no, you definitely Spellbreaker the fire.
There are definitely times where, and I think that's the right call right now, there are definitely times where you want to Spellbreaker the Mana Worm. If it's at like 3 or 4, you definitely want to Spellbreaker.
Yes.
But it's going to be easy pickings. Like this Thorison's going to get to live for a decent amount of time. 8 mana, though. Ooh, that's really good. So he can go Demon Wrath. Yeah, so trade into there, Demon Wrath, and then Mortal Coil
the 2
worm, and then just play a Drake. He's gonna play that Twilight Drake, and it's gonna be decently large. It's gonna be kind of hard. Ooh,
he may save the
Mountain Giant Twilight. So Twilight Drake is good. It's out of range of most of. No, this is fine. Actually, this is actually fine for Ripperonis. Ripperonis just gonna go Jiraxxus next turn, kill the Doomsayer, and he's gonna have a good presence right now. So yeah, that should be what he does. That's the safest option. He could play Ragnaros and he can play Power Overwhelming on the Twilight Drake. Sure, that's probably okay to kill it. But I like Jiraxxus here.
I don't think he's aware that Jiraxxus is the answer. I think he kind of. Well, and I know I don't always remember that Jiraxis, when played, gives you a 3 damage weapon.
Yeah, it's important. It's very important to remember that. I think he might be getting a little bit too greedy and trying to get more value out of it.
He's also looking for Reno. He's got to find Reno quick.
So yeah, he does need to find Reno. If he doesn't find Reno quickly, he's gonna be kind of in a world of hurt. See, and here's the sad thing is if he went Jiraxis last turn, he would still have a 4/7 in play,
and he would have not have gotten hurt.
And he would not have gotten hurt from that at all. Like he definitely made a misstep there, and it looks like the fireball is going to be enough to deal with it. Unfortunately, like he can't heal. He can't heal enough damage here. Like there's no way he can heal right now, even at all. So the fact of the matter is that fireball is just going to end the game. If he drew Reno, that would have been the clutch victory, like the clutch save. Still not enough to deal with Antonidas. He's just gonna Zoth back, and what is he gonna Zoth back? He's gonna Zoth back a little bit of a taunt to save for the damage, but fireball is really the way to go. And I mean, at that point, I would have just gone honorable death and just attacked the Antonidas.
Yeah, well,
but the concession comes up, and there it is. Pilliwinks sweeping 3-0, crushing it. Strong play, strong draws, smart choices, and a little bit of an unfortunate draw from his opponent. So